Welcome back. Now a look at where markets ended a week of new record highs with jobs bouncing back. The November jobs report showing more jobs added to the economy last month than expected. 227,000 jobs added to the economy versus the 200,000 expected. But the unemployment rate did tick up to 4.2% from 4.1% in October. Joining me now is Trump economic advisor and Unleash Prosperity co-founder Steve Moore and former CKE restaurant CEO Andy Puzder. Gentlemen, great to see you both. Thanks so much for being here. Let's talk about these jobs numbers for the month of November. Steve Moore, kick us off. Your reaction.
Well, it's a healthy job market. There's no question about it. These were decent numbers, not great numbers, but good numbers. One of the things that we've talked about on your show for the last year, though, Maria, is we continue to see government jobs expanding, even though we're running a $2 trillion deficit in government. And the private sector, especially manufacturing, continues to lose jobs. So that's a worry. In other words, we're creating jobs in the sector of the economy we want to see them reduce. And we're losing jobs in some of the areas that are the blue-collar jobs that Americans want to see come back.
What do you think, Andy Puzder?
I think Steve's absolutely right. I do think with President Trump in office, we're going to see that turn around. I think we're going to see the government jobs begin to decline and private sector begin to increase. We certainly, over the past year, we've actually lost about 725,000 people employed under the household survey. And that's a result from a loss of 1.1 million private sector jobs, but the addition of 384,000 government jobs. So that's a trend we need to see reverse. I'd also like to see more full-time jobs. We've got full-time jobs dropped 100,000 in this November report, and that's not a good sign. We want to see people getting better jobs. We want to see incomes increasing based not only on wages going up, but on the number of hours that people work. So I want to see better jobs. I want to see more private sector jobs. I want to see more full-time jobs. But all in all, I think it was an okay report. I don't think it indicates that President Trump's inheriting this incredibly strong Biden economy. I think there's a lot of weakness here, but it wasn't a bad report.
Well, I mean, what about debt? The national debt at a record high. Penn Wharton says that the country has 20 years to fix it. And then after that, no amount of tax increases or spending cuts can avoid the risk of default. Doge and Trump's new economic team are in place or getting ready to be in place. They're meeting in Washington, obviously. Can his incoming administration turn this around, Steve?
Yeah, of course they can, and they will. And look, the problem with the Penn Wharton model is that it predicts that we're going to have like 1.8% economic growth, and we want to have 3 to 3.5% growth. And if you get that, you start to bend that curve down really quickly. And Trump gets that, by the way. I've had many conversations, I know Andy has as well, with President Trump. He knows if you grow the denominator, in other words, you make the economy bigger, a lot of these debt problems go away. But then you also mentioned the other part of the equation, which I'm super excited about, is this Doge Efficiency Commission, which I really believe could find, I don't know if we can find trillions, but I think we could find hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars that we could cut. And I would say, Maria, most Americans wouldn't even know it was missing because it doesn't have any impact on our lives.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask you about Paul Atkins, one of the nominations which President Trump announced this past week. Atkins is real positive for the digital assets and crypto space, but probably most importantly, he comes in to replace Gary Gensler, who has been putting rules and regulations on business from day one. And there's a real upset about that. And Paul Atkins has been repeatedly arguing that excessive SEC enforcement is causing leading-edge crypto developers to look at Asia and Europe rather than the United States. Paul Atkins as the new incoming Securities and Exchange Commission chairman. Steve Moore, Impact, what do you think?
Nobody better than Paul Atkins. He understands these markets better than anyone. You know, we need more IPOs in this country. It's a record low. Why is that? Because of regulations on corporations. Nobody knows that better than Andy Puzder. He ran a major corporation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, Andy.
Sorry. Go ahead, Andy.
I think one of the reasons that business optimism has been surging since President Trump's election, one of the contributing factors to that is that Paul Atkins was appointed to this position at the SEC, and the Gensler will be gone. So I think
totally
this is a huge move.
Yeah, I totally agree. Gentlemen, it's great to talk with you. Thanks so much.